is Waldo Stadium, Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is the home of the Western Michigan Broncos, and the fans have been eager for this showdown for a while. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Central Michigan Chippewas, squaring off with another team from the map, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Broncos will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So the Central Michigan Chippewas return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Looking to throw on second down. They're setting up the screen. Thrust that arm out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Chippewas moving quickly to the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Now the play fake. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Chippewas will send out the punt unit. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Broncos offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there. Now it's 4th down.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Chippewas headed quickly to the line. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Incomplete, and the defense holds.
And sometimes the best defense is a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jet.
He's going up top. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. Decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense just didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And how nice is it to have a guy that can say, I'm just going to go get the 1st down. Like, I know I have options. I can do X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to let me run it, go get the 1st down, and give myself an extra set of downs.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. Looking for room, it's Browning. And he'll be brought down. And the Chippewas want to move quickly. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, going to the air. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The give from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
Well, right away after picking up a 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chippewas. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Got a man, it's Casey.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such a smart player nowadays.
Trying to get to him. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
A loss of 1 yard on the play. Brings up third down.
We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Direct snap. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? You be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup. The Chippewas will hustle to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestled him down short of the first down. And the Chippewas decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He wants to go deep. He's got it down the right side. Off he goes. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Broncos!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that third down. The Chippewas will bring the punt team onto the field. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. And he's got it at the 10. Touchdown, Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Chippewas will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got the quick pass. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. Snags it, and he will score. Touchdown, Chips.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Makes the catch. It's Casey. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Chippewas will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
And he's running in the open. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the extra point will tack another.
And takes it in.
That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. And the Chippewas want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Going up top. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't big.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Got his man. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He's got an open man. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're working that left side, and he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Chippewas have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Zings it complete to the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keep it on the ground. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Guys, a missed field goal, and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Trying to find his man on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive. Going over the top. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Play moves it down the field. First down.
And the Broncos have this offense rolling. From the red zone, looking for a space. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to the air one more time. It's complete to the left. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a miss.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Lets it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this pre-gate showdown. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a
Turner is
He found good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Touchdown, Western Michigan. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
Central Michigan.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds the tight end. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Dialing up a second down pass play. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. They'll try to power their way ahead. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Chippewas line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through. Time to take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Broncos! And the stomping has commenced.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Inside the 50, the 30, he's at the 20. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
48, Central Michigan, 16.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They'll leave it with him. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Central Michigan, 16.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Looking to throw, it's John. Pressure coming. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. At the 35, he's got room. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. The Chippewas look to keep this drive humming.
Let's go.
He's going to pass. The quick out. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. And the Chippewas come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Going up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. It's now second down after the short completion. The run to the right. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
I think this defense moving forward has to be able to finish plays. On that second down, quarterback had nowhere to go with it. Defense had an opportunity to get to him, get him on the ground, setting up third and long. But because they couldn't do that and let him spring free, it's now third and manageable. This defense just making life hard on themselves right now because they're not finishing these plays.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Central Michigan. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has a full dive to haul that one in. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it first and 10 now inside the 50. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Gonna let it fly. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown Broncos. And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Spangler. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead.
54, Central Michigan.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Quick strike complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Come on, set. Blitz.
Looking downfield, it's John. Gets it out quickly. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
On target to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly complete. stopped after making the catch. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring in for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some...
Oh, picked off.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DVs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those...
He lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You got like that big, reliable security blanket. That's what tight ends are a lot of times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They'll throw it on first down. Quick completion on the out. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Chippewas come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Going for 6. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
He's going to pass on second down. He'll take a deep shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the punishment has been extended. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting.
Throw to the end zone, picked off.
The attempt at the two-point conversion.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Western Michigan, 67. Central Michigan, 30.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking for a man, it's John. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Lester. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. Barring complete catastrophe, David, this offense ought to be able to salt away. He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. Now on second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this.
Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. They'll go to the air. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Past the 50. The 30. The 20. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick two, as it were. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick.
73, Central Michigan.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Comes out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Back to throw, it's John. A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.